Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be explaining the Evelynn clear in 3 different levels, I suppose. So we're gonna have one for people who are just starting out and have a really simple one. Then we're gonna have like a pretty normal explanation as to what people usually try to do on the clear, right? And then lastly, we're gonna follow up with a few more details for people who are trying to be a bit more advanced on the clearing the side of things, right? So first let's get a pet, and let's get a potion or something, I don't know. I mean, we don't really need a potion, let's just sell it, I guess, so that people don't complain that I bought a potion. A potion. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the easiest clear. So we're gonna try to make this as simple as possible so that you can follow it in very simple steps. And we're going to be focusing on making the clear as fast as possible rather than like healthy or whatever. This is like what I think you should do if you don't do anything else, if you can't really be bothered practicing your clear too much, right? Or if you're just like really low elo and you don't clear at all. So we're going to start by just walking here and then just stand here. Just stand on this line and just auto attack and Q the blue buff. You can look at lanes if you want at this point, but whatever. Then we're gonna smite this at the end, finish with an auto, Q this. You're gonna use everything on this. Then you're gonna pull this thing to the line. See this line? And just stand here and press your spells whenever they're off cooldown. And then you just walk away with a Q. That's fine. So here, I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible. Just try to hit the big one if you can. I don't know. When you E, just like move and pull it to like this line. You can stand still and just E this at the end. Put the second point in your Q, and let's make this one really simple as well. You're just gonna click up so that you get into the camp. And then once you've used 2 Qs, you just walk like this. I don't know, like just E over the wall. I mean, you don't need to like kite here or anything. Like you just, I mean, you Q over the wall. Okay, so then we're gonna kite this thing, and we're only gonna like move, like just move whenever, man. Like it doesn't matter when you move, really. It's not too big of a deal. Like just get it to this line and just kill it here. And lastly, we're gonna kill this shit, and it doesn't really matter if you kite it or not. And this is like technically a, like, let's say, if I wasn't talking and like didn't like mess some stuff up or whatever, right? If you just do it fine, like you should get between 310 and 313 doing this, and it should be really consistent and also really, really easy for you, like really easy. Because as I said, every camp we're just standing still. We're not focusing too much on kiting. I don't think I even got the movement speed from E after wolves, which is unfortunate. We didn't use the E on Gromp to get move speed. We didn't like pull the camps further than the line. Did we? No, I don't think we did. Maybe Raptors, because I did the Q over the wall for Raptors. But either way, that would be like a pretty simple way to get like 310 or something. So then now we're going to compare this with like the clear that I tell most of you to do, because this is all you really should need on Evelynn. If you're just trying to do as much as is needed for clearing. So I explained these clears before. Obviously, if you're doing the other clear, like the simple one on the other side of the map, like Red Stars or something, then you would just do the same things, but just do them on the other camp. So we're gonna do the same thing kinda here, but you just kite a bit more, I suppose, just so you lose like a bit less HP. And this time we are going to walk out of the things, but I reset my camp, so I'm gonna kill myself. I'm depressed. and a loser. This is why you don't speak and play. Remember, always stay silent when you play this game. It's fine. It's fine. We just have to wait for the thing to spawn. Look at this, man. Okay. Whatever, either way, we're just gonna kite this thing. I think this way is better to kite actually because it's leashless, but the other way is like more leashed. This way is better to kite because you lose a bit less HP if you do it leashless. Okay, and this works out. So you want it to work out like that, then you're gonna use 3 E's on this. And then you can kite this thing, like this is what I was talking about. You can actually kite it like pretty far. Then you can get your Q on this, which speeds it up quite a bit. You can kite this between the, I don't know, the Qs. Then you can pull this really far as well. And then you can fail the E again because it died too fast. But it's okay, we're NPCs as per usual. Well, either way, you're supposed to E at the end, but you only get 2 E's on Wolf, so that's all you really need to remember. Then somehow... Never mind. I hate this change they did with the map. I missed the red buff so many times on both Evelynn and Italy. So disgusting, man. Whatever, you do the transition anyway. And then you can pull this thing pretty far as well. And you should be like fine on time. Let's smite this as well if you want. And okay, cool. So you do some kind of clear, right? And that's like, it's whatever. Like I have like a video that explains like all the clears in that type of way, right? But then, okay, what else do we really need to know about clears if we want to maximize it, right? Then all that's left is like thinking about how you're going to avoid as much damage as possible, right? Because look, you auto attack, right? And this thing has this auto attack up, and now it auto attacked, right? So now it's gonna chase you again. Like it won't chase you when its auto attack is down, but it will chase you after the auto attack goes off, right? You can actually avoid a decent amount of damage by kiting it like that. And for a lot of champs, it ends up being something like 2 auto attacks and then kiting or something, or like 2 auto attacks kite and then 1 auto attack kite or something. But like here you can see, I just avoid auto attacks a few times from the camp, and that makes it so we lose a bit less HP, right? And on wolves, what you can do is you can use the big one to block the small ones, but I can't do it right now because they stack this way for fun. But you can block it a little bit. It used to be really popular to do on Krugs. On this camp, you also most likely should kite, right? Because you're going to lose a lot less HP on this camp if you actually kite it than if you just full tank it. But if you don't care and you just want to have the fastest clear possible, then you can full tank it. Then this camp, what you can do is you can kite it like up, and then you can kite it like here if you want. And then you just kite it back. And I just have like a bit more damage now because I'm a higher level, but otherwise it works out usually. And this camp like has the trick that I mentioned in the other video anyway. But then you can use like the medium and the big Krugs to like block the other Krugs, right? So if you have small Krugs, you can use the big one to block it. If you have like a medium Krug, you can use the medium one to block the small ones, right? If you have a big one, you can use it to block the middle one, right? The medium one. Like see, like the small ones are getting blocked, so it can't actually reach me, so they don't end up hitting me. Which is pretty chill. Yeah, this is all you really need to know about clearing. So if you don't have time or the motivation or something, then just learn like the first level of clearing. Like, that's all you need, right? That's like good enough. You're gonna at least have a decent time on your clear, right? So you're just gonna stand on the lines and okay, it's something, right? And then if you're willing to invest the time, then learn the second level and just like clear properly. It's better if you just watch the clearing video for that, because it has like all the clears explained properly, with better examples as well. But lastly, you can learn all the small jungle stuff, right? Like how you can get the most like HP out of it, how you can kite it the best, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, that stuff it's good to know, but it's not like the biggest thing, so I wouldn't focus on that. So this video is primarily just so the people who are trying to learn the basic layers can decide what they want to do and maybe like pick up some ideas, because I see that it's still an issue despite the video I made. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, then like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.